Alright, kia ora everyone. I hope we're doing okay today. It wouldn't let me do a test record still, so let me know if we need to adjust anything, because I couldn't check. I still gotta figure that out. I just didn't have spoons to try and figure it out this morning, because as you can hear, we're a little congested today. We're very, very itchy. The pollens be high and the pollens be pollinating. Winter, hello, Stardust, Susie, I hope you're all doing well today. We are back with the spread. Music down a bit. Yeah, I had a suspicion it feels very loud at the moment. It feels very loud even to me, and sometimes I go a bit on the quieter side. We're going to turn that down a bit. It felt very loud to me. Oh, good. Right, words. So, I don't remember a lot of where we were up to with this. I mean, we're just kind of placing colours down, but I don't remember a lot of the colours I had down. I have pencils all over my desk because I've been working on... after this page, I also started working at Eriy mouse, so I also have Inktense all over the desk for this one. So I think a lot of the colours actually relate to this one, not the Eriy page, but it's like they're similar colours, so I don't mind if we start pulling in these colours to this one. And then on top of that, I also have polychromos all over the desk because I've also been working on this spread, which for some reason I decided to do only in pencils, which I don't mind. I love how it's turning out, but of course it takes way, way longer without any base undertone. But I'm having fun just kind of playing around with different colours and just blending stuff together, and it's looking very rainbow and bright. So I'm not looking forward to doing all the shelving though. But yeah, basically I have pencils all over the desk. So we're going to make the best of what we can. We also have the light coming in oddly because of all the trees, so we got some weird light going on here, but we'll do the best we can. It's one of those days. Again, I'm not feeling 110%, but you know, sometimes you may only feel 10%, but you're giving 100% to 10%, so we're still giving 100%. We just haven't got a lot to draw on to begin with. You do such good with Inktense. Thank you so much. Rainbow Wrangler. Hello. All the rainbows. Hello, kitty cat. He's just crawled up behind me. You can see him. He's immediately trying to come into the desk. Are you going to try and come and steal my toast again? Cat. He heard me talking. He knows what this means. Are you being a little poop as well because you didn't like your breakfast? You're hoping for other foods. I'm gonna knock over the water doing that. I know you. Alright, let's give you some room so you can settle over there, hopefully, out of the way. I know you want cats, but you give me a moment and I'll give you some space and you can settle, hopefully. And then you won't be a pain in the butt. Get there. Yeah. He's immediately trying to rub his neck over everything on the desk, and you're just destroying the pile of pencils. Cool. Swear cat, we can't take you anywhere. We can't do anything with you on stream. This is what he wants. Nope, too many treats. Too many treats. Thank you. That little emote is the I have the crochet plushie somewhere on my plushie shelf. It was way back in the day. I'm talking like 6 or 7 years ago. I used to stream myself crocheting as well as doing my own art and drawing and stuff like that. And one day we were just having like a fill up a sketchbook kind of sketch day, and like the chat was just giving me random things to draw, and someone suggested a unicorn octopus or a horse octopus. So I did an octopus, but I gave it horse hooves, and then I gave it a unicorn horn, and I was like, hang on, this is actually really cute. And so we ended up pulling out the yarn and crocheting it, and so that's where the octocorn came from. So that emote is like 7 or 8 years old, but I can't get rid of it because it's like been integrated on the channel for so long. Excuse me, Hugh, it's been 3 minutes since I received attention. I require more, pretty much. And he's drooling all over the desk. What if I can move the camera to show you? This is why we don't have the art out when he's on the desk, because of all these drool spots. You and your drool and your fur and your general pain in the butt. I don't want to spend 45 minutes being distracted and not get straight into colouring today, Kat. So I might have to be rude and kick you off the desk, because you're being a poop. He jumped up on the desk yesterday and immediately was like, I was colouring, and he jumped up so quickly and tried to go for my toast. He's just drooled on my brush. He's doing exactly what I'm about to say. It's cat and bread. That's why he's on the desk. He wants my bread. Alright, not today, cat. Not today. Alright, you're going to need to dry out now, because you've now got cat drool on you, and I can't use you to dry off page if you're wet. But yeah, he jumped on the desk and immediately went for my bread. And so I moved it out of the way, and then he like bumped his head on my pencil because he was pissed off at me because I took the bread away, which meant that I went over the artwork because it was so quick I couldn't move in time. And it was like, so I just like moved my picture out of the way, and then he started trying to go for my bread again. So I like sat here and ate the bread like this, like screw you. And then he just was like so pissed off at me. He kept on trying to attack me for the bread. Right, it's doing the chat thing again, and we figured this out last time. What did I do last time? Where's the chat? Chat box. That's right, I went into properties and I refreshed the cache. And then that seemed to stop it doing the disconnect last time. Hopefully that helps. What you doing, Bub? Oh, watercolour papering? I'll help. Drools. Pretty much. He's adorable, but he's a pain in the butt some days. And I am not in the mood to deal with his pain in the butt today. Alright, so the camera's now been knocked out of position. All I wanted was a little bit of bread. Yeah, he's not meant to eat bread though. That's the problem. He's not meant to eat bread, but he will eat your bread. So, hey, this is not for you. This is not human food. Okay, so I know that I want to balance the yellow a little bit and bring in a bit more bright yellow. So I'm going to do this top yellow. We do have to decide on Hershey and how Hershey's going to look. Hershey is the duck. And we're just going to try and finish basing off these colours. And then we can come in with pencils to start shading. But we'll start off with this top. So we're really just doing some basic gradients on the page to indicate where the shadows are, but I am planning on coming in with pencils and doing some more detailed shading with pencils. But yeah, how are you all doing today? Are we working on anything while we're watching? hope your own colorings are going well. Eddie, hello, hello, welcome in. A little bit of shadow under his hands. I also need to find my Albert Drawers and pull out a skin tone. I can use Willow in the Inktense if I want to make her a bit tan. I think the black here, I'd like to make it quite pale and have that contrast. I like our black blue here. We'll pull in the blue a bit more when we do the pencil work too. I started the completed pages process this morning. Nice. It is a process. I realized that I should get my plans video sorted, or at the very least announce the next month's freebie page. But we've got one more completed pages, a complete collection tour video that will be coming out tonight. It is the final part. It's a doozy of a part because it is a 2-hour long video. So if you're like long content, there's a lot coming. It is a lot. Colouring Heaven is always a bit of a long one to film though, because there's so much Colouring Heaven to go through. So, but yeah, complete collection tour for 2025 will be done after that. After that last one, but it releases tonight. Yeah, then it'll be filming plans, completed pages, announcing next month's fabulous freebies page, and all that good jazz. I love your video completion of 2024. I love looking at all the colored pages. Yeah, I do too. I actually find it really cool to like refer back on and just see how much the collection has changed over the last few years. So that's why there is the whole playlist as well, so that you can look at like 2023, 2024, and then 2025, and you can see how much the collection has changed. The books I've added in, the books I've taken away, but also how much more full up the books are. And that's one of the things I'm really looking forward to in 2026. I know it's crazy to be thinking already about 2026, but when I'm able to show those books and show a lot more work in each book instead of just one page here, one page here, one page here, like to actually have books that are full of colored pages, like not necessarily a completed book, but to just have a book that is like really, really full of color, like Mythomorphia. Like Mythomorphia is getting so full, and it's really fun to flip through, apart from the fact that the book is like falling apart. So it'd be nice to have a book that's full of color that's also still a book. not as fallen apart as Mythomorphia, because oh my god, that book is just, it's not even a book anymore. Alright. Bright poppy yellow. May go in and do the trim the same colour, I'm not sure yet. Should really just start at the top corner and work my way across. That would be the logical way to do it. Also, I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything in the background to just like fill in around it or leave it as is. Yeah, is anybody planning February pages? Because I know February is February traditionally. I've got a couple of like nods to February planned. I haven't actually started figuring out what I want to colour next month. I've got my buddy colours. I've got yeah, I've basically got my buddy colours, and that's about it planned so far. But I know that there was a couple of things I was looking at. There's a couple other books that I wanted to work into, so there's a couple of January that I had planned that I did not get to. But these couple of like personal project things that I want to work on. Like I want to work more on the Laurie Hastings cat Pictora spread, and I want to do the Critical Role Fern Calloway thing. I was wanting to do both page 1 and page 2 this month, or page 0 and page 1 to be accurate. And I already got page 0 done because I had a month of just not being able to concentrate. So there's a lot of stuff this month that I just didn't quite get to that I wanted to get to, but I don't know if I'll move it all across. One of my Project Mythical tag pages is a fairy. Nice. I love Christine work for the month. I haven't selected almost 10 pages in her book. Yeah, Christine Karen is a excellent February choice. I have the Colouring Heaven Fledgling Fairies book, which has got quite a bit done in it, so I'm thinking I might pull that one out. I think I want to pull out all my buddies and look at all my buddies because I feel like I've got a lot of detailed stuff already planned. And that's going to be like a big part of it is that I've already got a lot of detailed stuff, and I don't want to give myself too much more detailed stuff this month because I think that's going to be part of the problem of what I had next month. Oh my god, I'm not even wording properly. I feel like I had too many detailed pages planned for January, and because I was having all those concentration issues and just really wanting simple pages. And I've got a lot of stuff in February, like there's a lot of medical appointments in February, so a lot of what I need to be working on, or what I will have time to work on, will be at appointments. So I also need things that could like travel well, which means I also have to consider not like things I don't want to film because I need to be able to do them at appointments, and things that aren't like wet media and stuff like that. I'm just pulling out my list. So the things that I have is I have a mythographic buddy colour. That one is technically travelable. Dark Fairies group buddy, the continuation of the Now Koneko page and the Dungeon Meister page, which Now Koneko one I might continue to stream. Dungeon Meister can be a travel one. There is the Fairy Tales of Folklore group page, which I haven't even done the December one, and I'm not too worried if I don't get that one done. There is a buddy colour in Island Escape with Perfection. There is one in the Midnight Tea Party for Stuffed Animals. It's quite a simple page though. And then there is a Mythomorphia buddy colour. So yeah, there's a few buddies or groups, and then as I said, cats, the Critical Role Fern Calloway one. I didn't get to my Alien Worlds page. I wanted to do that. We've lost chat again. And then as I said, there's also the Fabulous Freebies page, and like there's already quite a bit queued up, so yeah. I don't want to. It's very easy to make yourself overwhelmed, particularly if you do plan a lot of buddies and stuff like that. So yeah, try to be a bit better and be like, I had a couple more queries for buddies this month, and I was just like, you know, I'm already well and truly over the limit for buddies in February. Because I have a standing buddy with Cindy of Mindful Griff for Mythomorphia, because we've been trying to get through Mythomorphia, or doing as much of Mythomorphia as we can before Dark Fairy Tales is released at the end of March. And then, yeah, just because 2 buddies are rolling over from January, it's already like, whew, this is a few buddies. And then, of course, with the new books that I got in this month, one of my goals, like, I want to keep up with my shelf B work. So it's also like, I want to make sure there's a page done in every book that came in. So, yeah, if I haven't done a page in Romantic Country, we're doing a page in Romantic Country, and I have no idea what I'm doing in there yet. Right, we need just something up here. I'm thinking like a pink or a red. Might do red, that's a bit more consistent throughout. But yeah, it's already looking like February is a big month, and it's like, okay. But at the same time, like, there shouldn't be any pressure with colouring, you know? So, and one of the things I've been trying to do is also not plan all my pages. Like, I average about 21 pages a month, although I've done a lot more than 21 this month. The average is 21 because there's months where I'll do a lot, but there's months where I'll do almost nothing because of different reasons. So it averages to 21 a month. So I usually try to plan about 20 pages. I think last month I only planned 12 because I've also been trying to leave room for just seeing other people working on things and being like, oh, I want to work on that too, or jumping into things basically, and just leaving room to be inspired by what's going on around. And like, because I got in the, like, I know I want to do another page in the squirrels, Friendly Little Squirrels and the Residents of Antique Town, because I'm really inspired by me trying to do that vintagey colour palette. And that's a really fun challenge to me. So I know I want to do another one in there. And yeah, it's just like all the pages, not enough time already. But we'll get done what we get done. End of the day, colouring is a hobby and it'll take as long as it takes. So does it matter? I have 0 horror or gore colored books. I love cute stuff. Even Halloween is cute images. That's fair enough. If that's what you like, that's what you like. There is no like right or wrong thing. It's just whatever you want in your collection and you feel is right for your collection. I have a couple, but I don't have a lot, and I don't intend to have a lot because I don't gravitate towards it. Whereas I know some people really do gravitate towards it, and that's all good. That's what you like to colour. Instead of choosing specific pages to work on every month, I think I'm going to choose just a couple of focus books for the month. That's not a bad idea, Annie. It's actually not a bad idea. Because I think that's kind of what happened to me, is that I just got distracted and worked in multiple pages in a book multiple times. So having a focus book is not a bad idea. Like, I'll have to go and look back at my list, but I know I did a fair bit in Annie Day. I think I ended up doing 9 in the Annie, and I know in like Fuzzy Hug, I think the same thing happened. Alright, we're going to do a lovely purple, and then I'll use some gel pens later on to turn that little checkered pattern into a tartan pattern, because I think that'll be cute. Okay, we'll just do a straight pink base. Hello, Chai. Enjoy your look. Ugh. I have a lot of whips, but at the end of the day, you colour what you feel like, and it's for fun and stress-free activity. Exactly. So you colour what you feel like colouring. And even if I make a plans video, like, I'm open to the plans changing. Because it's just me putting out there what I'm kind of thinking about colouring, but it doesn't mean I'm going to colour it exactly. Like, I might mark a page in a book, and then when it comes time to colour said book, I'm like, I'm actually not inspired at all by this page, so I'll completely change my mind and colour something else. And that's because that's more inspiring to me at the time to colour. You know, the point of the plans video for me is I find that it helps on those nights when I want to colour but I don't know what to colour, because I have a list of, oh yeah, these are all the things I was going to work on for the month, instead of trying to look at my massive collection and then go, what do I colour, and being overwhelmed by choice. So it just kind of limits that choice down from like 250 books to 12, because it's like, these are the 12 that I wanted to work on. And then if I look at that 12 and go, actually none of this is inspiring me, then it's like, okay, so why aren't these inspiring me? Oh, they're too this, they're too that, they're too this. And then I can usually narrow it down to pull something off the shelf. Like in January, it was like, none of these are inspiring me because they're all too complicated right now, and I want something very low key. And so that's why I pulled off Fuzzy Hug and did a bunch in there. If people are watching my channel hoping for me to be a reliable consistent, they're gonna have a bad time. Yeah. It's a side hobby of the hobby. Content creation is a side hobby of the hobby. Oh, feels so itchy. I hope my skin's not looking too red on camera. I mean, too bad if it is. I have got colour correction on my camera, but I know I still look a little red and patchy because I have been scratching my face raw this morning. I have like, it's actually raw under here as well, which is not great. Gotta love allergy season. Changing my mind how I'm gonna do this. We're gonna do orange, but we'll start basing it all with yellow because it'll make our orange even more orangey. We'll need to leave this to dry for a moment, and then we'll come back and do the inner pattern. I've gone over the edge again today. I might have to go around the edges of these because I just keep on over colouring. Alright. So next is this little area with different patterned fabrics, and we have the duck on here. So we do need to decide on Hershey. Although it might not necessarily be Hershey, but I think we'll just leave Hershey white, or rather do some shading to represent Hershey's grey. If I can find where my colour chart is. I moved everything because of the cat. And so we'll do what we did on the candle up here, where we use a little bit of watered down dark mink just to shade Hershey's shading. And then we might keep this really lovely mango colour that we've been using for the feet and the bill, and then we just have to figure out what colour his ribbon's going to be. So I want, what do I want? You can think this, Amy. You can think this. You want dark mink, that colour. So 2130, and we're going to go watered. And then shadows. And then 0245 for the bow. Nope, beak. Actually, maybe we'll tie it into Manon's hair and do the blue. We won't do the dark blue that we wove into her hair, unless we do that as a bit of a shadow. Do I have a royal blue on the desk, or do I need to pull one out? Got lapis blue. So 0830, which is the blue we used in her hair, and 0825 is the bow. Backgrounds about Kryptonite. Always amazed by how well people are doing theirs. Sometimes I don't write a background, and then sometimes I'm like, ugh, background. If I was to do anything, I might just pull out some watercolor and just do a little bit and just let it like splash out or something, or just fade something out in the background. It doesn't need a full background, but it may need a little something just to help ground it. There are also a couple of little areas where like I've overcolored, or there's some splatter or little bits and pieces where a little bit of background would help kind of hide those. But I could decide that at the end. It also doesn't have to have a background. Alright, so we take our dark mink. We apply it to the darkest areas. Just as a little bit of a shadow. This is very watered down. It's just giving us a light warm grey. And then that'll give us a nice white dark, which will actually make it kind of easy to, like, Hershey won't compete, and we can have different colours reflected on them. Just wait for that mink to dry, and then we can go in with our blues and do his bow. Just a little bit of shading. It's not really going to pick up all that much on camera, but it's there. Orange for the little pattern. There's a little piece of cat hair there, but I don't know if the brush is fully dry yet, so... I'm going to do some nice green around our duck here. Used it yet, but we'll use a little bit of this colour. So a lot of this is just going to be filling in the areas, trying to balance the colours around. So while we started with all the big objects, the only big one left is the main character banner on the other side, but that's kind of on its own, so it can be anything. I haven't used it yet, but I do have out... I'm going to have to wait a minute for you to dry. Maybe we'll use you down here. I do have Malibu and green aquamarine, so I might do a more tealy green with this pretty scarf here. Excuse me. So sorry. Oh. I actually had a really bad night's sleep, which does not help either when you're not feeling great. One of those nights where every time the house settled at every noise, it's just jerking awake. I had an audiobook playing because I was trying to distract myself, but I couldn't really get into the audiobook, so... But then eventually exhaustion took me and I just passed out. When I did my cleaning, I found some very old Prismo, and I was still in the Eagle and some old Prismo in the store. Amazing. I got my tin where it was made of metal and all the Prismas are in it. Oh, that's so cool. I love when you find like old things that you thought you had lost or old treasures. Oh, excuse me. Should be able to have a coffee. Alright, we're slowly filling out these details. Alright, Hershey's bow. I have a sneaking suspicion this is how I coloured the duck in the other romantic country too. White with a blue bow. I like blue, okay? Does anyone else find that they end up just using the same colours for certain objects? Like how I usually end up colouring my bunnies blue. Oh gosh, excuse me. That's no good sign, I'm yawning this much already. The Imperium series is very good. I'm at the Iron Flame book and I love it. Good colouring at night for relaxing time. Nice. Yeah, I'm still working my way through the Throat of Glass, which is on my computer. But then I also get audiobooks through my library app. So I was playing an audiobook on my phone to try and help me fall asleep. And because I knew I was using it to try and help me fall asleep, I didn't want to play a book I didn't want to miss anything of. So I tried a new book. It's called Sky Song, I think. It's a retelling of The Nightingale by Hans Christian Andersen. And yeah, I was not getting into it, eh? And I don't know if that's just because of the fact that I was like on high alert, but I just couldn't get into it. I think almost every single bow I've ever coloured has been pink. I can see that. Pink bows are cute. Wow, this library app's taking a while to open up this morning. Yeah, if the bunny is like cartoony, I usually end up doing it blue. And I was colouring this one, and sure enough I made the bunny blue here, and I just started doing it and I didn't even think about it, and I was like, it's another blue bunny. So I don't know if I'll do the other bunnies blue as well. I mean, I have got a little bit of pink in there. Like, it has got some pink. So it's got some extra colour. But I don't know if I'll do the bunnies blue or maybe different colours. I'm kind of thinking different colours. And just say that the bunnies are each colours of the rainbow and these multiple bunnies. Although I think there's only 2 or 3 of them. There's 2 on the cover. There's no, like, character introduction to the bunnies, and they're all identical, so they could be different colours, and I can just pretend they're all the colours of the rainbow. Because I'm kind of going rainbow scheme here. Like, it's very, very rainbow. These literal rainbows. But, yeah. Yeah, Sky Song by C.A. Wright was the one I was listening to. Okay. It was also going to colour in her skirt dark blue. That's okay. I'll put the book back to the start tonight and then see if I can actually get into it properly, and if I still can't get into it, I'll just return it to the library. It's not the end of the world. I did re-get out the Lunar Chronicles, because I did want to do a re-listen of the Lunar Chronicles, so I can always switch over to that one. And then maybe finally colour in my Lunar Chronicles colouring book. Right, we're going to take that same teal, do it for our polka dot. dots, and I'm actually just going to colour over the polka dots because I'll either pull them out with Posca or gel pen. It's just going to be a heck of a lot easier than trying to work around all those little dots. Or I'll use a darker colour. The Luda Chronicles are my all-time favourite books. Ooh, good choice. I listened to it many a year ago and I really enjoyed it. Oh, the chat disconnected again. I really need to figure out what's going on with the chat box. Yeah, no, the Lunar Chronicles is fantastic. That's why I have the colouring book for it, but I've just never worked in the colouring book. Ooh, we might have just had a little bit of a disconnect there, and I lost Twitch chat as well. Alright, that's still going strong. I see your test. Thanks, Winter. No, it just forced me to reconnect on Twitch as well. Maybe I'm having some internet issues today, but I haven't dropped any frames or anything. I don't know. I don't know at this point what's going on. I don't know. I don't have the spoons to look into it. Future Amy's issues to work out when she has spoons. I do not have spoons today for it. I have the colouring book, but I'm super intimidated by it, so I haven't coloured anything in it. Ooh, fair enough. It is a beautiful colouring book. It was one of those books where I was waiting to colour in it till I had the audiobook series again to listen to, because there's something about colouring the book while listening to colouring in the colouring book while listening to the audiobook, and I need to stop like holding myself to that. But yeah, I've also been listening to the Throne of Glass series, because I never made it all the way through the series, so I'm still on book 3 at the moment. I've been listening to that while I've been working. But it's also making me want to pull out the Throne of Glass colouring book as well. Which, I mean, it's Fabery. I technically could. I mean, it's technically appropriate, just saying. But yeah, I'm listening to Ear of Fire at the moment. Oh, my nose. Itchy, itchy nose. Hello, Bambi. Hello. Welcome in. Kia ora. We're doing alright. We're a little under the weather again. But we've been worse. We've been better. How are you going today? Alright, I'm going to do a real pale yellow. Some bright yellow down here. Hello, Haciendo. Kia ora. I hope you feel better soon, thanks. It's just allergies. But the allergies have been hitting hard lately. I'm pretty sure it's just allergies and just not feeling great from allergies. My face has been like scratch, 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 scratch all day. Cannot wait until the pollen settle down. Like, I usually don't get allergies this badly. And like, part of it is the move up here, because there are a lot more allergy things up here, but then I think it's also just been a really bad year for allergies, so... But yeah, that's okay. It'll pass eventually. I'm colouring in the Squirrel Antique Town colouring book. Heck yeah! I kind of want to jump back into it, to be perfectly honest. Like, I really enjoyed the Squirrel family page. And I really enjoy it. And I think it's because I pushed myself to do that real antique colouring combo. And because it's like, I want to keep trying to push this antique palette. Like, it's not my comfort zone, but I really enjoyed this, so I think I want to keep trying to do that. I don't even know where I'd start though. It might be worthwhile to do something like that just to practice a more antique combo or something like that. But yeah, I don't need to start another page of that right now. We've got enough to carry on with all the other ones. Smolt! Hello, Smolt! Allergies can kick hard. They really can kick hard. They could be a lot. Yeah. As I said, I'm not usually someone that gets a lot of allergies, but I have been getting a lot this year, so... It isn't fun. There was still some yellow on my brush. I forgot to clean it. It's okay. We'll drop in some extra blue and just let it be sort of a gradient. And just let that dry. Alright, we just got the flowers and leaves on that one, and then we can start moving over to here. So I need to get... Oh. I need to clean up all this crap off the floor. So I have cinnamon and beige red in the Albert drawers. We're going to use this to base Min Skin. It's not going to be fully shaded because I do see myself going over this with pencils, but we want to cover up that too for the page and just get all our colours based in. Because it's Albert Dürer, it's also going to be going a lot more pale. It doesn't have the intensity of Inktense, so we also have to keep in mind. What happened to this year, I'm going to colour what I want because I'm not going to be limited by a focus. Colour the squirrel book if that's where your heart's going. Yes and no, like, I'm excited to get into the next page, but I also don't want to think. That's my thing at the moment, because I also just don't have spoons to think. And it's like, I'm enjoying it. I want to work at it again, but I also don't want to think right now for that colour palette. But I am enjoying this one, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's one of those, it's not like I'm not enjoying this and I want to swap to another mood. It's in the, I've been enjoying so much, I want to work on so much at once at the moment. Because I also want to switch over to the Erody mouse page that I started. I want to keep working on the Rainbow Buddies. But I'm also enjoying this and getting this filled in. Yeah, it's not so much like I want to stop this and work on something else. It's more I just want to be doing 10 pages at once vibes. And I want to be working in the antique town because I really, really like it. But I also just don't have spoons to work out an antique palette right now because that is the challenge of the page. It's the same thing as the Thomas Kincaid. Like, I kind of am in the mood to go and work on a Thomas Kincaid page. But that one involves thinking, and I know I don't have brain spoons right now to think. But I enjoyed that challenge of the page. Are you lurking while I do my hair? Have a dentist appointment tomorrow. I'm trying to make things as easy as possible for tomorrow. Yes. Know those vibes, Artsy Endo. You lurk and do whatever you need to do to set yourself up for the most possible spoons tomorrow. You got this. Also, Tiffany, kia ora, kia ora. Welcome in. Finally found a niche. Well done, Chai. I'm glad you found something that is working for you. It sounds really cool. All the pages to colour, not enough hands, brain RAM. Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Alright, so... So I do AD, which lets me know it's Albert Durers. And we've got 189132. And there's our little base. Oh. It's just, yeah, I'm very much in like if I wasn't streaming, there's a good possibility I would bounce between pages. I do 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here, 2 minutes here, which is sometimes why I like to have multiple pages on the go, because I will bounce around to different things and be like, nah, I've done the blue on this one, move to this one. Nah, done that, move to this one. And in all possibility, we may switch over to Eriy mouse. I've got a couple more colours I want to put down that I know the colours of on here, so we'll do those first. And then if I start looking at the page and it's like I can't decide, then we'll switch over to Eriy mouse. It's going to be a bit of a changeable day today. We're working with the brain. Do the easy things. Leaves are green. Grab the red. And this little symbol we're just going to do in red. So it's got that little pop. And then we've just got the little flowers to do on that stack. So we can move over here. I never wrote down the teddy bear colours, and the teddy bear does reappear. Luckily, I've only done the blue, and I know that blue combo. We want Timmy Bear. Oh, 830, 0825. Alright, what colour are we doing his waistcoat? Or his bow? Or his little feet pads? So many options. I'll decide on that. I'll do the little flowers back. we're going to do some bright green for the scarf, and I'm just going to work over the leaves but not the flowers. Really bright green here. I missed a section. So I want to mix these two colours together, so it's the jungle green with a bit more of the limey tone. I put you on the colouring green spoon, started putting a base coat for my flowers because I don't want to start sculpting the snake girl's bust. Exactly. It's like you're just looking for the sort of easy stuff. That's very much the brain today, is we're just looking for the easy stuff. But that's okay. Some days you just want some easy colouring, some days you want a bit more of a challenge. Do you have a favourite Eriy book? Well, Bambi, I only had Romantic Country 2 for a long time, so, and I say a long time, only like 3 or 4 months. So I've done the most of Romantic Country 2. I just got Romantic Country 1 and World Heritage. So of the 3, Romantic Country 2 is still my favourite, but I think that's also because it was my first, so it's kind of like the bias because it was the first. Of the ones that I don't currently have, the fairy tale one, I think it is, the Eriy's fairy tale one, that one looks really, really good. And I think that would probably be, I think if I was to get the fairy tale one in, I think I would really, that one would become my favourite. I was, when I placed this order, I actually thought I had grabbed the fairy tale one instead of the World Heritage one, and I realised it pretty quickly after I placed the order, and I wasn't mad because the World Heritage one is still absolutely gorgeous, and I love the fact that it is travelling around the world, plus it does have some like story pages in it, so it's got a little bit of the fairy tale nod, so it's still a really gorgeous book, and I'm not mad that I got that one instead of the fairy tale one, but I was thinking that I had ordered the fairy tale one. But the World Heritage one is still really gorgeous. Sent a whip in Discord, so it's a little less crunchy. Thank you. I'll have a look in a second. Got a jelly roll white to remove the black line. Any tips because it's on a yellow flower? Can still see where I put the white. So you like put the jelly roll down first and you're colouring on top? Okay. I don't 100% know because I don't use jelly roll, I use Posca. And if I put the Posca down first and I'm working on top, I try to use something like Prisma, something that's soft and more sticky but also more opaque. But usually with like jelly rolls or those sort of pens, because it's a different texture, the pencil is going to absorb differently, so it is going to be a noticeable textural difference. Okay, Discord is oh no, it came through right then. So we've decided to go, we are doing red for the flower. Ooh. Look at how this is progressing. It's going to look neon on camera. This is all alcohol marker. It's so gorgeous. The smoke's been underpainting. to get all the different tones so you can see how it's starting to build up. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. Self-care check-in. Oh yes, it has been an hour. Thank you so much. Yellow beads. Hello. How are you, dear? Welcome in. I only have the Fairy Magical World one and Romantic Country free. I want to get more, but I should colour in the books I already have before buying more books. Yeah. I started with the Romantic Country too, because that was the one I could access. And then I was like, okay, no, I get it, I understand. So that's why I decided to get a couple more, but I'm not going to rush to get more. The main reason I got Romantic Country 1 is because it's the oldest, and I didn't want it to become unavailable by the time I go to get more books. So, that's why I got Romantic Country 1, and probably the next lot I would get Romantic Country 3, just to make sure I could get those, because those are the older ones. But then, as I said, the Fairy Tales one is the one I want. There's also some Prismacolor to sharpen up some of the splotching of the paper here. Little bit of Prisma, but it's still amazing. Oh. Right. It's still drying. It was a slam down. Alright, I want my purple. I want my dark purple. Sorry, I keep sniffing and stuff. I feel like I'm going to sneeze again. I got a light purple. Amethyst. What it actually is. Thank you for doing the shout out for Yellow Beans. Yellow Beans, aka Sophie Colours, is a wonderful colorist here on Twitch and YouTube. Recently was featured for the new Beauty of Horror colouring book, and actually did the example colouring for the advertisement going around for the new book. Very, very cool colorist. Lovely person. Good streams to hang out in and chill and vibe and hang when your computer lets you on Twitch. Oy. I was going to do these with gel pen later, but then I realised I could do them now with dark purple. Alright, and then we're going to bring a bit more of this dark purple in and use it over here. I get the feeling it's going to be an early nap day today. I don't have Posca, but we'll look into that. Yeah, I've heard Winsor & Newton white ink is also really good to cover up the lines. I would suggest checking out Shell's Colouring Duty on YouTube, Stardust, because I know Shelley often covers up the lines and has done a video about the different materials that they use to cover up the lines, and I believe they mostly use the Winsor & Newton white ink. That's their recommendation. I believe Elm Colours, Colours spelled American, no you, has also done a video about what they use to cover up the lines, and I think they use white Posca. And then, trying to think, those are the two off the top of my head that I know have done tutorials about covering up lines and talking about different mediums. So they might talk about jelly rolls, but I'm pretty sure Shelley's is Winsor & Newton white ink, and then I think Elm Colours is Erica has talked about a couple of options, but uses Posca. That's their preferred method. Yeah, Shell's Colouring Journey, and Elm Colours. Yeah. There's probably other people out there, but those are the two off the top of my head that I can think of. No problem. Yeah. Something where one day I might try and do it again. Especially in the mythographic, I know that's the words. I have used the Posca technique in a mythographic to cover up the lines, and I used white Posca that I went on top with Inktense and then polychromos pencils, and I know I've used Prismacolor directly on top of the Inktense, but I also worked that image in a way where a lot of the hidden objects were in an area that I was trying to make dark as well, so I just covered it up by using dark colours. So oh, that's good. Ooh. Alright, we definitely need some orange down here. We need some brightness. In fact, I might pull out a new orange. Because I have the mango, but we need like a... The mango's a very yellow orange, and we need a more orange. Let's use orange sorbet. We can still use a little bit of mango to shade into, but let's do a nice big pop of orange. Oh, thank you for doing all the shout outs on Twitch, Bolt. Appreciate you. If you're seeing Hollow Hearts there, click to follow, because these are all awesome streamers doing awesome things, and I'm running out of words, but awesome people. So many awesome peeps here. I appreciate you all being here, even if you're just silently lurking in the background or chatting away or just having me on a background noise while you do your things. Appreciate you all. Also know Winter is going to be trying to stream regularly on Tuesdays, which will be Wednesday for me. So when I say I stream on Tuesdays, I'm talking Monday for most Amerigrains and most of the world. But I know Winter's going to be trying to stream on Tuesdays, which is exciting. I cannot remember the time though, but keep an eye on Winter89 on YouTube. Oh, excuse me. Oh. I feel like I got dust or something in my throat. Allergies are stealing everything today. Plus, we're also getting to the end of the injection cycle, so I'm also in a little bit of pain today. So, it's one of those we need to be gentle days. We're being gentle on ourselves. Yeah. See if that gets rid of the tickle. Alright. Some of this mint leaf. You're thinking I'm sounding bad or sounding under the weather. You should hear my poor mum. We had the kids over last week and my mum was having like the full-on allergy eyes. So really like red and itchy, like really bright red eyes. And the kids kept on coming up to her and going, Nana, why are your eyes sore? Because they could see they were red. So, yeah. I've written and read the word columnar so many times the last hour I've had to look it up to check if I was spelling it correctly. Yeah. It's weird when you start doing that, like, you know a word spelt correctly, but it's just looking wrong and you swear it's spelt word. It's spelt wrong. Spelt word. Of course it's spelt like a word because it is a word that you're spelling. Allergy sucked. I went off my allergy meds for a few days just to see if I needed them. Yes, I still do need them. Not one clue of what I'm allergic to. Yeah. I like the live stream. It's giving social activity during winter when it's lonely, so it's fun to chat and socialise. I'm glad Stardust. It's why I like to live stream. It's a form of socialisation and just hanging out and vibing and enjoying ourselves, and it's a good time. Especially for someone like me, where I'm like stuck at home most of the time, so it's quite nice to have that space to just sort of hang and vibe. Right, so we're going to do a dark reddy brown for this one. Just going to mix a bit of reds, dark red and dark brown here. Yeah, a lot of this is really just a base layer to just get our colours placed so that I can come in with the pencils and shade on top. Oh, what are we doing for the teddy bear? What are we doing for the teddy bear? Yeah, I'm gonna start by doing in there because I missed a part of his neck. One little dot. Maybe we'll do like a pink waistcoat. We could do actually yellow and then a pink bow tie and pink pad bottoms. I think that would actually be quite cute. Let's do it. Batter up, brain for colour. No questioning, just do the colour. Alright, there's Timmy sorted. So we need to make sure Eriy is down for future. O200 for the waistcoat. And 0700 for the bow tie. Feet. Pads. And then take that Malibu colour. Because teal and orange is a combo. Until we actually remove the pink off our brush. Oy, oy. I'm just thinking, Friday is the 31st. Okay, Friday stream is the last day of the month. Alright, we're just about done. Right, this side's all based. So we've just got over here. So we do need to do our suitcase. And I know what I'm wanting to do for the this little drop here. We're going to do a light purple. Somewhere around here I have dusky purple, which we're going to use as a little bit of a shadow. I'm just going to colour the whole thing because we're going to do this flower dark purple to an easy base. Some light purple. Oh, my eyes watering. Not crying. It's so emotional. Stop. My eyes are just watering. And then we're going to take our blue green and the Malibu and do this one back here. green aquamarine as a little bit of shadow. Okay, cute. So now I just have to do up here, and I think at least definitely behind the duck, if not both of them. They don't have to be the same colour, but behind the duck we are going to do our dark aquamarine to Malibu combo. Just get that greeny blue. Excuse me. some water again. Chat's quiet, everyone is absorbed in their work. They are. Sorry, I just kind of zoned out there, went into focus mode. It happens, you know, sometimes we all just turn into a co-working stream where we all just buckle down and get to work. Don't mean to, but it does happen from time to time. Particularly if I'm just working on something. Oi. couple more bits and pieces to base. So I have the main character banner, her scarf, and then behind her. Do I just do her behind her the same green teal, or do I do a different colour? If I do this green teal, I could do her scarf in the same yellow just to bring it across, because right now this is kind of becoming the focus point because it's so much bright yellow there, but I can bring it across and that'll help balance it and bring you around the page, because there's nothing bright yellow over here, which is kind of part of the problem. Or I could do behind her bright yellow and just bring a different colour in here. Might actually do behind her bright yellow. Overhead. Oh, careful. That side's weird. I don't know why I started with that side. I mean, I know I do. It was the one that I had the colour choice for, but it would have been more logical to start over here and work across, but meh, logic. So we'll just use some golden yellow around the edges, just to create that little bit of a gradient. Just really kind of lightly. Whoop, drop the pencil. We'll use our sun yellow and bring in lots and lots of sun yellow. That'll make the blue of her hair also pop a little bit more, her little blue that we worked into the black. Eriy logic.exe not found, pretty much. Pretty much. Needs a reboot. At least this background's a lot easier because it's not lots of maneuvering around trees. Yeah, that helps, just having that balance of yellow, because now it's like boom, 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 so it kind of brings your eye around. And what we're going to do as well is we're going to take this little checker pattern that I did down here and just pump up the yellow a little bit in here. And then because we've got that little touch of yellow, it just brings you right around the page now. It's a little bit more balanced. It's like having the two teal greens that side. Got lots of green, we've got lots of brown. Got our reds. Kind of thinking maybe we have to go purple up here. Yeah, alright, let's not question it. I got the same purple. Dusky. And then I want a little bit of the really dark purple, wherever that's gone. Somewhere around here. Dark purple. This will be our deepest areas at the back. Oh, excuse me. Let me take our dusky purple. I need a bit more deep violet here. Over here, it's kind of wound down a little bit. Violacious, hello. Hairball, I don't have a hairball emote. I wish it, well no, I don't actually wish it was a hairball because that sounds awful. It's pollen. Pollen emote. It could just be any sort of scatter emote really. How you going, lovely? Take our amethyst, fill in the rest. Not here anymore. Itchy, 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 itchy. My eyes are also leaky again, which is presenting an interesting challenge. It's just one eye. It's my left eye. But it does make me feel like I'm continuously crying. Just so emotional today. Not really. Just very hay fevery today. Hope the pollens give you a break. Me too. I'm very over the pollens. It wasn't feeling too bad once I got up, but then we opened up all the doors and windows, and now it's like, ugh. It's also too hot not to have the doors and windows open. Alright. Purple monstrosity. Hair done, everything put away, now to have dinner. Well done. Have you taken something for the allergy? Yes, I have. But I don't think they're working too well, so. But I have a doctor's appointment next week, so. I might mention that the allergies are feeling particularly bad. See if we can look at something, or maybe even get some actual proper allergy testing done and try and figure out what I'm allergic to. See what the doctor says. Stop sogging it. Stop it. Wow. Stop hogging all the heat and send some down. It's not actually too hot here today, which is a nice change. Like, it's probably about the same temperature it has been, but there's not that much humidity, so that's the big difference. The humidity isn't causing an issue. It's been the humidity the last few days that's really been too much. But it did rain on Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. So it kind of broke all that humidity. It still got humid towards the afternoon when it stopped raining, but then it rained again. And it just broke all the humidity, so there's actually a little bit of a breeze and it's not yucky. Oh, I just went so badly outside the lines there. It's okay, I'll figure something out later for that. Yeah. Normally the meds that I have are just over the counter, and in the past I've done the job, but I haven't hit it this strong, and I think a part of it is just moving up here because I've moved from my apartment, which got sea breeze, and like yes, there were some birch trees around, which is definitely one of my, like, I know birch is one of my allergy triggers. So the birch trees cause their problems, but because of sea breeze, I didn't get it all the time when they did release their pollen. So it was like occasionally I get a bit hay fevery, but it was nothing too bad, and like an over-the-counter pill every once in a while did the job. And I've moved up here, and we are just surrounded by trees and pollens and grasses, and like a cat bringing in the pollens, and just so much trees, which is lovely. It's lovely to be in, but a lot of the trees that are around us, like we've got quite a few kahutakawa trees, and they're huge pollinators. There's a few birch trees, there's a few different trees and bushes around that are known allergen triggers. So it's like, it's no wonder that I'm even more sneezy this year, but it's feeling even worse than the worst that it should be for moving up here. So the combination is a lot. So I have to go to a doctor's appointment anyway, because I've got a review for my disability. So we're doing that regardless. So it's like, I'll just mention while I'm up there, look, my allergies are really bad at the moment. Alright, that's all our base coating done. Now, I could pull out the pencils and start shading, but I don't want to actually pull out another set of pencils when I have so many pencils on the desk already. So I think what we're actually going to do, because I have the Inktense out and I am enjoying the Inktense, is I'm going to swap over to Eriy mouse, and we're going to carry on with this one, which is also Inktense so far. But I'm not trying to just do like a flat base layer like I've been doing here. I am trying to do a little bit more shading and only use the Inktense. So I think we'll switch over to this one. But before we switch over, I am going to take a little break because it's been nearly 2 hours. And I need to go to the bathroom. So since we're finished, this page is a good moment to just take a little break, do some self-care, and then we will switch over and do a little bit more work on Eriy mouse and try and figure out some more colours for this one. And now this is dry, I can come in here and shade this cabinet and finish off the plate, which is what I was working on when I had to pause. And then, yeah, try and maybe figure out some more of all this cabinetry stuff. But yeah, we're going to take a little break, like I said, so take this opportunity to also go to the bathroom, hydrate, stretch, all the good stuff. You know the deal. I'm going to put you all on the break screen, and I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. I ended up making coffee, so it took a bit longer. Where did I put my... I did put my phone out there. Jeez. Alright. That one is nice and dry, and we can come over here and keep working on a bit of Eriy mouse. So, one of the things I was doing was using dark pink as a bit of a shadow tone to add in some shadows around here. And I need that mid-leaf back. Okay, yeah, I did put my mic back on. Good, good. It's always a very paranoid thought of mine that I forgot to put the mic on. There's a few times I've forgotten to do that. There's just a couple areas where I wanted to define the shading a little bit more, just to make some areas a bit clearer of the overlap. And a cat is back. You've been here once already today. You're not getting more treats. You've had your... Oh, shit! Okay. Okay, that's not good. That's not good. Okay, we're okay. It didn't spill that much. So sorry if your mic's just spiked a whole ton there. He got on the desk and then he didn't have a good footing or something, so he fell and he managed to knock my hot coffee, and it looked like it was just about to fall on all my electronics. It did not fall on my electronics, it did fall on some stuff, so we now have spilt coffee to clean up on the desk. Pain in the butt. You have got hot coffee all over my desk. At least you did get it all over me, cat, but still. Oh. Alright. Well, that is now got coffee all over it, so let's take you out to keep. Oh, you're fine. You can sit there for a moment. Oh, you have coffee on you. Oh god, and now you're sitting on this as well. Off the artwork. And you did not drool on that, luckily. Don't give me that look. Alright, you know what I need? I'm gonna need... What are these? Shadow showed up earlier, but he did go away. I guess he's decided he's going to come back and annoy us and make a disaster on my desk. I mean, admittedly, there's stuff all over my desk. It's on... Let's get rid of the cardboard of that eraser, which is something I don't normally like to do, but now there's coffee all over the eraser. You can sit there and dry. Goodbye, cardboard nail file. No. There's some little pieces of paper here that have all gotten coffee all over them. Luckily did not hit the electronics, but did spill in quite a few areas. Just aware that one of my light cords is down here, so I'm just trying to make sure it's nowhere near my light cord. Alright. I've got most of it. Alright, post-it notes now saturated, you can go. Okay. Just be putting all the wet paper towels and stuff into it, and then I wonder if I can dry you out and save you. You got a stink of coffee though. I'm pretty sure I've got more of these bags somewhere that I can transfer it into. One more of these, which will now go under the coffee cup because it's also dripping all out to the side. There was a necklace. It's because I haven't put the necklace away. I think the pendant part of it though. It was part of Amira's gift that she sent, the Happy Mail, and so the necklace is still in there, and it was just sitting on my desk with some other jewellery in a little container that sometimes I have there if I decide I want to just throw a pair of earrings on or something. So it was sitting in the bag on the desk with some other jewellery bits for, like, if I decide to wear a pair of earrings or something. So I'll just put it in that one for now. But I should really go with all my other jewellery pieces. It's the same, I've got like a couple of pieces of makeup here and just a couple of bits and pieces. Again, I don't often wear it, but it's there just in case if I do decide, so that I don't have to get up. That's me dropping my phone. And my meds. But because it's gauze, it got some coffee splashed onto it, and it's just now going to be smelly and stained, and I know I have more of them. More of the little organza bags, so I'll just move it into a different bag. Alright. I think I've got now to deal with you. You're not getting any more treats. I will kick you off. He knocked like a good quarter of my cup out. It's very, very lucky. It was very close to the computer and it could have gone everywhere. But it lives, there's like a space there where it lives, because normally if I bump it, I'm not like fully tipping it like he did. I mean, it was a full cup. Yeah. You're not getting more treats, I've told you that much. You're not having bread. And you don't get pats because you just made a mess on the desk. Go to the windowsill. He's just staring at me like, what? Go to the windowsill. He's got the worst arresting bitch face. Just Google if you got it. Oh, okay. It's good to know, yellow beans. It's possible that it's going up in like Auckland or something. One of the main centres, but they might have order online. This is like an oversized cup, though. It's like a 2-cup cup. So it may not fit into a standard cup holder. But it's not a bad idea. I'm usually not too bad at knocking over drinks. But what are you going to try and knock over now? I mean, admittedly, I've got a lot of stuff on the desk, so like there's a lot of stuff when he's trying to decides he wants to explore the desk, but also he's got an area that is free and clear and he can just go up there. So he's like, it's because when he jumped onto the desk, he didn't quite get on properly, and so he knocked the cup in the process. It's pretty big. Okay. You're not going over that way. You've already caused problems over that way. You're not going behind the computer. No. You either sit on the windowsill or you're going off the desk. What? Okay, you're gonna have to go off the desk. Okay, hopefully none of that transferred. We have claw indentations from when he was sitting on that, because I was more focused on over there and didn't realise he was clawing on here. Luckily it's just up there and I can cover it. Cats. Alright. Clean up that little edge that I missed up there. Just a little bit in there. Okay. So, what the heck? I was working on the plate. That's what I was working on when I stopped working on it the other day. The plate needed more work. And I was just going to go over everything to try and do a smoothing clean up. It just added a little bit. like a little bit of mink. Start working that in. Doing the same thing on the white here so that it also has some shadow. Slowly building up that intensity. Does anyone know what these sort of berries are? They're like the berries or the seeds or something or other. Otherwise I'll just do them a colour. Just choose some sort of colour. Oh, way too dark. They are featured there and there. Oh, they are featured here and here. I think they can get bigger colour. It's one of those pages where there's just so many little bits and pieces, so there's a lot of like, you know, there's a lot of colours on this page. Yeah. So where's my Inktense colour chart? Cornelian cherry. Let's have a look. Ah, they do kind of look like that actually. I quite like that sort of, like this one here obviously looks the most like them, being that darker red, but it could be fun to do a pop of red. I did do some actual cherries, because there's some actual cherries on the shelf, but they do kind of look like this. It could be fun to do like a really bright red as well. Like there are some cherries up here, but we could do a more orangey red. But just really play with that bright red. I mean, it's, you know, it's a colouring book. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, but it's fun to take inspiration from things. Bit of bright red could be a fun little pop. And then maybe we can bring a... Oh no, we've got these ones over here, so we'll bring them in there. So we have something over here. We've got more of... Or it could be something else. Just notice that could be more cherries or something else over there. I've got this red. They can be neo pink if they want. This is your world. Colour how you want. Rainbow berries. Very true, they could be. I might come back to it. There's so much on this page to colour that, you know, I always say when you've got a lot and you don't know where to start with what you can figure out. Like, if I don't know where to start, I'm like, okay, I'll start with leaves, because leaves are generally greens, right? And then I did all the wood, because I knew there's a bit of wood, so I was like, cool, the wood's going to be brown, so I did all the browns. And then we have a picture of birds, so it's like, let's do some birds, and the sky behind them can be blue. Haven't decided on the desk yet, but I do also do the desk as a wood brown. Then maybe like this chest of drawers is a different colour, or like up here. I don't know what this album is, but I've had enough of it. We're so deep in the playlist. Meh, dropping stuff. So don't know what colours I'm doing for your Eriy mouse yet. So that's still something I've got to figure out. Where did my, like, dry off my paintbrush tissue go? Down there. Knocked it onto the floor. Sarah, hello, hello. Welcome in, lovely. I hope all the packing is going well. Thank you for doing a shout out for Sammy. Packing will be soon. Just got back from Fairy about to have breakfast. Fair enough. What's for breakfast? We are doing this pot yellow. And I want the tan. Make sure I do in there. Add it into a few shadow areas. We might need to add in a bit more. also remember that he's painting the flowers over here. So we've also got to do in here. Feeling good about going with the red. There's one petal that's full of rejecting edible ink, so I have to have more Prisma work. Cool. If Discord wants to load things. Come on, Discord, you can load. Just give it a minute to work itself out. Oh wow, yeah, that red is stunning. The way that it pops is just so good. I mean, I love the white, but I also love the red. And the way it pops with the green. So you can see the 3 stages, the white, the underpainting, first layer, and then the second layer, and now the third layer. So good. All done in alcohol markers. So damn good smell. So damn good. Sometimes I kill the Wi-Fi on my phone and reconnect to get Discord going. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I did do a bunch of clear out stuff on my phone yesterday, so I know some apps are needing to reload a bunch of stuff in. So it could also just be that. But also, Discord just is another one of those things that just doesn't like the Wi-Fi. It just doesn't like my phone, because it doesn't matter if I'm on Wi-Fi or data with Discord. Alright, so... Oh, I mean, a bit too heavy there. We need to bleed this out. Yeah, it really is, and it needs to learn to not be. It's just like, nope, 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 nope. I know I want to go over this little pattern on the jug with white. I'm just deciding, because I want to do a few more layers of the Inktense, so I should probably actually do it so that I can also work the shadows over the white, because it shouldn't be flat, but it's also like, what do I work it into? I wonder how Inktense goes over poster. I don't think I've ever tried that, because then I can use the ivory poster too. Here's one of my scrap pieces of paper. Let's test this out. Give that a moment to dry. The new book from Critical Role that you buddy with Erica. Can you tell me the size of the book? Is it A4? So you're actually talking about two different books. The newest book from Critical Role is the Fern Calloway Fae Fantasy. This one is not quite A4, but it is very close to A4. It's a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. So that's how much off the top of an A4, and then a little bit off to the side. So yeah, not quite. What if my ruler's right? I spilled some coffee on the ruler because of shadow. It is 8.5. I'm guessing 8.5 by 11. Yeah, 8.5 by just under 11 actually. The one that I buddied with Erica is the Mighty 9 colouring book, which is your standard square size colouring book. So, two different books, but both by Critical Role. And there's a third one, which is the first one that they put out, which is the Box Marketer one, which is the same size as the Mighty 9 one. Imperial letter size, there you go. Okay, so oh yeah, that'll work over top of the Inktense, and there's not too many textural issues. Brushing it over, fantastic. Where's my binder? No, that's okay. There's a few people that thought the buddy was in the third one. No, they're different campaigns. So the one that I did with Erica is campaign 2, and then the third one is campaign 3. So, and the third one is the Choose Your Own Adventure style colouring book. And that's the one where I do want to have you guys choose the page that we go to. I had planned to try and do page 0 and page 1 this month, but I just got page 0 done. But that's okay. We could do page 1 next month. Okay, you can now barely see the pattern on the jug. So this might not have been the right choice. It's okay. We'll keep working over it and then we'll figure something else. If worst comes to worst, I'll come in with gold. Campaign 3 is going to have a non-canonical see-through live for a couple of charities this week if you must see the cast live but don't have time to cram in 60 episodes in under 4 days. Oh, good to know. I might try and actually hang out for it then. We'll see how I go. Yeah. I almost put it on last night, and then I decided to do an audiobook instead, so... I've been hearing rumours that a lot of people are suspecting that campaign 3 is going to end soon because of the, like, being around the 120 episode mark. I haven't seen any announcements for them actually ending campaign 3 anytime soon, but the end is near. Okay. It wouldn't surprise me. Because, yeah, it is getting near the sort of time frame where they start wrapping up a campaign. So I need to get off my butt and actually get caught up and finish it. I'm really curious to see what they do. I mean, they usually take a break and do one-shots and stuff, and then they come back with the next campaign. And I'm curious to see if they carry on with D&D or if they switch on to Daggerwood. Daggerheart. Okay, that Posca's not quite dry because I'm actually picking some of it up. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm very tempted to order that book. I like that you can choose different ways to go. Having to stop watching you show the Jane Ray and Shane books. Yeah. Yeah. I am also someone who gets very tempted by people showing off the new books, and it's like, yeah. You just like the book? No, that's all good. If you just like the book, enjoy the book. It is very cute, the art style. Again, I haven't flipped it. Elm Colours has a proper flip through. And whenever Erica shows it in a video, the last time she showed it, she actually said, Okay, now I'm going to turn the page because she knew me and knew that I've been avoiding spoilers for it, so I could, like, not look at the book and then come back when she said it was clear, which I really appreciated, because I have purposely been avoiding it so that when I go through the colouring book, like, you will be choosing the options and, you know, I won't know. So, like, when it comes time to figure out the page, so obviously I've seen page 0 and page 1. Spoiler for completed pages. Yeah. Let's have to wait for this pasta to dry. Put it up there dry. So I did page 0 because I wanted to test out different mediums and see how they worked on the page and how the paper and stuff like that. Did not like Inktense. So I ended up using water-based markers and then going over with Prisma, which I actually really enjoyed. But yeah, so this is obviously page 1, which is what I want to colour next month. But then it's got your options are to go to page 2, page 3, or page 4. So say page 3 ends up winning. It's like, well, how do I look at page 3 without looking at page 2? So I'm going to have a piece of paper and then look at it like that. I'm obviously not going to look properly because I don't want to flip it. It's so tiny on my screen I can't see it. But I'm going to have to colour it like that just so I don't see what the future options are. If it's like a single page or something. Yeah. But yeah, you could totally colour this without knowing the source material, without knowing Critical Role, because it is a really neat... It is a neat book. It's based on the Fey Realm, which is a Dungeons and Dragons plane of existence. So we have what we would call, like, the plane that we all currently exist in would be the equivalent of the material plane. And the Fey Realm is another plane of existence that overlaps, but is like a messed up Fey world. So you also can just do whatever there as well. And so there's lots of, like, there are official colours for the characters and stuff like that, but there is no reason that you have to stick with those colours. Like, you don't have to know the show or do anything. You can just enjoy it for the art, because the art style is really, really gorgeous. And I can't remember where the illustrator's name is, but there is actually a specific illustrator for this one. And I think it's, oh yeah, it's just like, can I change to the back page? It's like, I'm pretty sure I can. Yeah, Cameron Grant is the illustrator. So, it's a really cute book. And it's just neat being a choose your own adventure as well. So. Amy is such an influencer. Gonna go now. Thank you for the cozy woody vibes. Gonna take a walk in the sun while it's shining. All good, Shy. Enjoy your walk. Yeah, great bring-back colouring books. You don't have to be tied to the source material. Exactly. You don't have to, like, be a fan of the show or the fandom or whatever the book is about to colour in the book. You can just appreciate it for the art that it is. So it is using the results for yours. That's all good. So the series is a Dungeons and Dragons live play called Critical Role. And when we say campaigns, that is what is referred to when you're playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. So Dungeons and Dragons, if you're not aware, is what's called a tabletop role-playing game. I know I'm throwing a bunch of terms out here, but it's where a bunch of people sit around a table and you have dice and character sheets, and you have one person who is a dungeon master or a game master who is basically creating a world and telling a story, and the players play as a character, and they'll have abilities and features and things that you can do. You can do anything because you're just telling the story that you're making up on the spot. But in order to have it a bit more fair and balanced, you have dices that you roll that help you determine if you pass or succeed and how well things go. So this Critical Role started as actually a group of voice actors that were just a homebrew game, which is just a game that they were playing at home with Matthew Mercer as their dungeon master, and then originally 8 but now 7 voice actors. And then they started live streaming it, and this is, I think, 2014 they started live streaming it, and it's just become very, very popular. So they started streaming campaign 1, which was Vox Machina, and then they started campaign 2, which is where I joined them, which is the Mighty Nine, and now currently they're on campaign 3, which involves Fern as one of the characters. So Fern is a character played by Ashley Johnson. So if you YouTube Critical Role, you will find their channel, and there is literally hundreds upon thousands of hours of content you can watch, because they have up VODs of the entire campaigns. So the campaign 1, campaign 2, and at this stage campaign 3 are all about 120 episodes. The episodes are on average 4 hours. So to give you an idea, that is quite a lot of content. If you're wanting to get into Critical Role in a more succinct way, they also have a deal with Amazon Prime Video. So campaign 1 that they first did, The Legends of Vox Machina, is actually now an animated series on Amazon Prime. It is a much more succinct series. Some little details have been changed from the actors around the table telling the story to the cartoon, but it is a more succinct way of understanding how it works. And they voice their own characters because, of course, they're voice actors, so it's like, yeah. Yeah, so it is on YouTube. It is a lot. There is, for campaign 3, there is they are putting out like edited episodes so that they are compressed down, and they're about an hour, so it is a little bit easier to catch up. But yeah, it's not like, it is a lot to get into if you want to watch everything, but you don't have to watch everything. There is also a lot of one-shot stories and like special episodes and stuff like that, so you could just go in and watch a one-shot and just to kind of figure out. If you are not familiar with D&D, Artsy Endo, and Critical Role, I would recommend starting with the Amazon Prime, because they're cartoons and it's only 3 seasons. It's a lot more compressed and easier to get through. It also highlights one particular element of campaign 1, one particular section of the story. So yeah, it's a more succinct way to get into it, but you're enjoying more of an animated cartoon in a story than a D&D live play. But also, if you're not familiar with D&D and the mechanics, it may not be so overwhelming to get into. If you're going to start watching the YouTube VODs of the Twitch streams, I would recommend jumping into campaign 2 or campaign 3. Campaign 2 is my preferred campaign. I really love 2. The reason why is that campaign 1, they started this at level 9, whereas campaign 2 and campaign 3, they start at a lower level, so you get a better introduction to the characters. It's as they're introducing the characters. So it's a little bit easier for, if you're not so familiar with D&D, to get into it. But also, as I said, there are things called one-shots. This is where they do one single story in one episode. They do some with special guests. And there's a lot of D&D live play out there as well. It's more than just Critical Role. Critical Role was just the biggest, most well-known one. But yeah, I am a DM, so I run D&D as well, so I appreciate it as a DM, and it is what really made me fall in love with storytelling. And at the end of the day, they are just 8 or so people, there's special guests that come in, but 8 or so people gather around a table telling a story together, and that's the real fun way. So also, hi Liz. We're talking D&D. This is Eriy Mouse. I switched over from Eriy because I had done all the base layers. Yeah, since you're talking D&D, how do you feel about a DM creating characters for the players? Could be interesting. I've done that for newbies. Oh, hello raiders. Hello. To go back to your question, Artsy, and then we'll greet all the raiders. Welcome in. They are set in the same world, but they are separate from one another. There are some links in campaign 3 that link to campaign 1 and 2. But campaign 2 is a very isolated campaign, so you can work with just into campaign 2. And as I said, that's the easiest one to start up. No, you're absolutely fine, Artsy. This is how we get distracted and how you learn about things. Kia ora, raiders. Welcome on all the raiders. No, you're all good. We've just had some questions about Critical Role and D&D. I have a Critical Role colouring book, and we were asked some questions about Critical Role from that. So, kia ora, raiders. Welcome in. For all our new friends that are joining us on Twitch that maybe haven't met me before, kia ora, my name is Amy. I'm a colourist based in Aotearoa, New Zealand. She, her pronouns. And welcome in. We've been Tara raided. Tara, what were you up to today, dear? Thank you so much, Schmalk, for doing the shout out as well. Appreciate you very, very much. As you might have heard by the conversation coming in, we're talking a little bit about D&D. We are tabletop role players here. I am a DM. But I also do a lot of colouring. I think the title still says that I'm working on the Eriy colouring page, but we just switched over to Eriy Mouse, which is a super cute colouring book from Japan about a little artist mouse and their adventures around. For all our raiders that have joined us, just so you're aware, I dual stream. So you will hear me jumping from chats between Twitch and YouTube, but the chat above me combines both platforms, so feel free to say hi across both platforms. Same for all our YouTube friends. If you're not aware what a Twitch raid is, it is when another Twitch streamer finishes their stream and brings their audience over to us. So that is why we've just had a big influx in, and we're just saying hi. And then also, for all our raiders that have joined us, if you need to do a raid of Fade, especially you, Tara, because I know at the end of stream we finish stream and we're done. If you need to do a raid in Fade or a raided self-care and do some looking after yourself, please feel free to. If you want to hang out and chat, feel free to hang out and chat. And yeah, jump in and chat away. We've been talking about D&D, as I was saying, and Critical Role and a few different bits and pieces like that. And that's all good, Artsy Endo. If you've got questions, always feel free to ask. I will always try my best to answer them in the best way I can. I'm not I can't word well, especially today with no brain spoons, but yeah. Raid successful, mission accomplished. Love that. On a mission. I wish my stupid Twitch would let me actually see who was on so I could do proper raids again. I'm not sure what's going on with my internet issues. Barely lets me onto Twitch. The only way I can get onto Twitch is if I type in my address bar, the dashboard web address. That's the only way I can open up Twitch at the moment. I can only go to my dashboard. If you could only choose one D&D colouring book, what would you choose? Fiance loves D&D, so I think it would be fun to have a D&D colouring book to work in while he plays. Ooh, okay. Okay, so... Where are you? Ooh. Sorry, I had to get something from the shelf. I would recommend the Dungeons & Dragons colouring book. This is the official D&D colouring book. It is made and produced by the people who produced D&D, or Wizards of the Coast, which is now owned by Hasbro. The reason why I would recommend this one, because if your fiance currently plays D&D and love it, is because a lot of the images in here are from actual D&D books. So, for example, this one that I've coloured here, this is Tasha from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, which is a D&D supplemental guide. So, if he's not familiar with colouring, he should be familiar with the images or can find the images. And a lot of the things in here are either your classic fairy tale tropes or relate to campaigns. So this one relates to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which is a campaign I'm currently running. So he may, if he currently plays in a campaign that uses a pre-written module, he may recognize some of the illustrations in here, but there's also enough generic, like you've got your classic owlbear, you've got your classic dragon, you've got, I'm pretty sure there's some beholders in here, you've got Minsk and Boo in the celestial space, you know, like, and it's also a few different illustration styles. Yeah, there's your beholder. So it's got enough in here that is recognizable for D&D fans, or even possibly Baldur's Gate. Like, you'd recognize some of the Baldur's Gate stuff in here to a point. So yeah, so it's just the Dungeons and Dragons coloring book. I believe it was released in 2023. Yes, 2023. So it's also a relatively new release, so it should be easier to find than some of the other D&D ones. Like, I could say, you know, the Critical Role coloring books or the Dungeon Meister coloring book or stuff like that, but that's like official D&D. So yeah. Okay. Alright, it's definitely going on the wish list. Fantastic. Self-care time. I do need some water. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to all the new people that followed as well. We have anonymous follows here. But yes, self-care time. Do you need a drink? Do you need a stretch? Do you need a snack? How can you look after yourself to set yourself up for success? Alright, so we're just working a little bit on the shading. So we have not only the pot itself, but we have the drawing of the pot over here that Eriy was also painting. Oh, excuse me. Alright, where's our dark mink? So we use this just to tone the shadows a little bit more. Hope you're all doing well out there. Kind of going on my I want to do everything all at once mood. I've also been in the mood again to play Stardew, and I've been feeling like playing Stardew for a few weeks, but I haven't actually taken the time to do it, so there's also a good chance tonight I'll just not do anything except play Stardew. that balance between having a watered down enough colour that it just tints it, but also still having enough pigment to make a difference. Right, and I'm going to use a bit of the excess ink on the brush underneath and just create a bit of a shadow, because it would be something. Oh. I don't feel well. Ugh. Okay. I like that little pop of yellow down there. I think it just adds that much more of a pop. Oh my gosh, turn on. Terrible habit. Don't ever start. So, what do we have in terms of... I still don't know what colour to do Eriy. Like, they've done like a little gingery brown type mouse on the front, which is very, very cute. But it's also like, it's gonna be too much brown. I mean, maybe in this image, but I really should do the desk. The desk is the next biggest thing, so that kind of would be like a big section to try and get done. Just, do I want to do it wood or do I want to do a different colour? I could do it grey like my own desk. A terrible office desk that does the job. Sometimes the hardest choice is just filling out the colours. Here we'll do the little strings. Oh, I just saw a section of shelf that I missed a shade in. Just woke up, enjoy your latte. Welcome in, Perfection. Need a little bit more shadow under here. Need to blend out that. I need to go in and actually do a little bit more work around there, but that's okay. It'll be up to 42 Celsius. Ooh, that's far too hot. I hope you can stay at aircon today. Maybe green to match the hutch on the other wall. Yeah, that's what I was kind of... Like, we do have another little hutch over here, so I was thinking that should possibly be green as well. And then it's like, do we keep the green going across here? We could do, like, these panel parts in here green, and then do all this like grey or brown or something. But that feels like it's the same as this. It's even got like that little curvy top and like the same style drawers. So I think that will definitely do mint. Start with that anyway. It's not a bad idea. I must add another colour that I worked in, not just the mink and the mint leaf. I'm sure I would have worked another colour in. If the hutch on the far wall was also mint, how charming would a red desk look? Tie in the red berries and cherries in the room. Ooh! I have no qualms doing mismatching furniture. Could be fun. I knew I had another colour I worked in. I worked iron green in. Because I feel like this sort of, like Eriy's house is sort of that eclectic hodgepodge mix of different bits and pieces and different furniture and, you know, like, it's not all matchy-matchy. So red could be really fun. Hello Brittany, welcome in. I will just remind you that we do try to not talk about politics here if possible, please, because it is such a trigger for a lot of people. I do understand, and yes, but we're just not going to talk about it here, just to try and keep this in a safe, positive place. I acknowledge it's happening, I acknowledge it's scary, but we're gonna try and keep in our bubble positivity here. Alright, so got a little bit of mink and iron green, and then we'll start working the mint leaf up. And blending that in, and then we'll probably still have to go in a little bit and define all the shadows and stuff again, but will give us our tones. Oh, itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose. itchy nose. I'm torn if my character is purple and pink toes, what should the background be to make it pop? So, purple and pink. So if you think about the color wheel, pink is basically red with a lot of white. And then opposite red is green because of yellow and blue mixed together. But then if you've got purple, you've got blue and red mixed together as well. So you're merging that way. So you've got red with a touch of blue, so opposite is green, but you want to merge more towards the yellow side to sort of get the opposite tone. So yellow could be good, or if you're thinking about complementary opposites, so yellowy green. But just thinking, it depends on your pink as well. Like if you've got a peachy pink, if you've got a blue pink, if you've got a purple pink, lots and lots of orange. And yeah, it depends if it's more like, if it's more in the pink tones, if it's more in the purple tones, if it's more pastel, if it's I'm probably not helping in the slightest. So it's more purple pink. Okay, so purple pink. We've had some suggestions for teal and turquoise, which is very pretty. Orange versus purple is amazing if it's more on the purple side. Yeah, I usually do a lot of yellow with pink and purple. Sometimes one of the things that I will also do is use my phone and take a photo, and then just use like my phone's photo app and just color in really badly with my phone, and just sort of try pick out some colors on my phone and look at it that way. Also, kia ora Nessa, welcome in, and Rusty Raven, kia ora, welcome in. Orange would be good. Think sunsets have those colors. Oh, that would be pretty too. Peaches and oranges would be good. Lots of suggestions. Got a few ideas now? Heck yeah, Stardust. And may it go well. Sometimes it's good just to put the feelers out there and see what people come up with. So the reasons why I asked you guys so much. What color are we going to do here? Ugh. This isn't really... Where is my actual scrap piece of paper? There it is. Ugh, itchy, 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 itchy. Nope, bumping the camera, always a good start. It's because I have my water so far away. Really should move it. I also like leaving my water where I leave it, because then it's like really out of the way and I'm not likely to knock it by accident. Which is also a very important thing to consider. I don't know if I want to colour or play times today. I've only 4 hours of sleep because it was so hot I kept on waking up. Oof. I just had a really bad sleep. I kept on being like brought back from the brink of falling asleep by the sounds of like the house settling and the trees and just little things kept on jerking me awake until I finally drifted off. Dragonfey Library! Welcome in. Enjoy your lurk. Your lurk mesh is just super cute, by the way. Oh, good. I'm glad you like it. There's nothing better than being snuggly and cozy and also cookies. Or if you're not into cookies, I'm sure we can do you a savoury option. Just like it says a cup of tea, but we're also very willing to do hot chocolate or coffee or juice or just plain water. I've been hesitant to use my Inktense, just intimidating. You've inspired me to just go for it. I'm so glad, Rusty Raven. I really do like using them. They are an absolute go-to for me. Either just to fill out the tooth of the page and chuck down a straight base colour, but then also just shading directly with them, which is all I've done here. This is all Inktense so far. So we're going to need to do some shadows up there because I forgot to shade around the books. It's turned out really nice. I'm too intimidated to do that page in my Euro book. I wasn't sure where to start, so I was just like, alright, I'll just start here because it's the first page. I had a few different pages marked as like potential pages to do, and then I was just like, meh, I'll just start here. And then I was like, well, that was a really silly page to start because it's a big complicated double page, but it's actually been kind of fun because I don't know what colours I want to do Euro yet, so it's like there's so much around that I can work on. As I say, it's a double page. It's technically like a page and a half. Because the other half is the text off to the side. So. But yeah, it's just like, well, we'll just start here and figure it out as we go along. So still got a little bit more work to do around here because this is not the greatest of base layers, but that's okay. Still workable. I want to get some open stock like blues and greens for backgrounds, but I have no idea where they sell open stock in Australia. There must be somewhere, because it was somewhere I was looking at buying the new 28 in Australia, but actually the shipping to New Zealand was more expensive than getting them shipped from the UK, which I thought was hilarious because it's like my next door neighbour. Amy the influencer you to use your supplies in your books. I am all for using what you have. Like, I love Inktense, and don't get me wrong, we're always going to sing the praises of Inktense because I do really enjoy them as pencils, but you don't have to have them in your collection. Like, they're just a tool that makes it easier for me and my colouring style. Doesn't mean that they're going to work for everybody's colouring style. Like, there's some people when they colour, they leave a lot of the white of the page and like to work really lightly, and it's really beautiful, almost like pastel colouring, but Inktense isn't going to be quite right for them because they use that too for the paper. They use that white of the paper, right? So not exactly going to be the right tool for them in their colouring style. Yeah, like, I love using them as a basing medium to fill out that too for the page, to cover up the white of the page and help me get some colour onto the page before I start all my shading. You can do that also with Neocolor 2s, with water-soluble pencils, with water-based markers, alcohol markers and single-sided books. Like, again, you don't have to have specifically Inktense for it. You don't even have to do base layer like I do. It's just how I like to colour, and it works for me in my colouring style. But if you get them and want to try them, like, yeah, and if you are looking at getting like water-based pencils versus Inktense versus something else, like, I feel like Inktense gives you the most bang for your buck in terms of pigment and colour deposit. There are, of course, all the colours are very rich and saturated and vibrant. You can make them all pastel, but there are colours missing from their range. Even with the new 28, they are still missing colours, so you may still need to add in other bits and pieces. But yeah, I like them. My friend has a 72 set. We have been trying them out and they work so nice for backgrounds. They definitely do. Tried, yes, Jackson's Art. That's for the store I was looking at. Thank you, Rusty Raven. Yeah, try Jackson Arts. Perfection. I'm sure that's who I looked at for, because they had the 28, but their shipping to New Zealand was a lot. It would be awesome for me in my hands. It would fit right in with me. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I really like them, is I don't have to pedantically shade. You can see I scribble in and then activate, because there's just so much pigment in them that it fills out the area nicely. And like, I still go in and might add in some more if I'm shading with them and stuff, but yeah. It's a good start. And where's our Eriy page that we were working on? So like for Eriy, I can just use it as a base layer to mark out. I never coloured in her collar. Maybe I meant to do her collar white. I just noticed we never did her collar. But yeah, it can be like a base layer for planning out your colours. And then I have no idea where Romantic Country 2 is. Probably on the shelf. But yeah, when I worked over top with pencils in my other Romantic Country 2 for the page that I did, not only was all the colour placed and the white of the two for the page was covered up and the white was covered up, it just added that real vibrant base tone to it. So the colours, I feel, are more vibrant and pop more, and I really love vibrant, rich colours. So again, that really suits me. Oh, 1 second. So I was just checking on Mum. Okay, so we've still got to shade a bit more on that, and we'll bring in a lot more of the mint leaf to make it more vibrant like this, because I went a bit heavy on the iron green there. We can correct that by adding in more mint leaf and making our mint leaf more vibrant. Maybe the light's just coming in this way, you know? Or maybe it's got a slightly darker stain. Maybe that one's just faded in the light. Who knows? It's okay. Again, I see the furniture doesn't have to match, because I imagine this is sort of a hodgepodge, random collection, bits and pieces. Alright, let's see if we can clean up that little overspill before it sets. The other great thing I really enjoy about Inktense is they are, like, once they're activated, they don't really move around. Now that is, of course, with the asterisks, that have you actually activated all of it, because sometimes I have little areas I haven't activated. But I can work on top and know that it's not going to, like, activate and move around the stuff underneath. My birthday is in April, so I'll know what to ask for it. Nice. Some furniture was inherited, some was thrifted. No need to make it look like this mouse was. All my furniture must match money. Exactly. None of my furniture matches. I mean, you can see it in my shelves behind me. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colours of shelves. 7 if you count my art cupboard that's next to me. 8 if you count my desk. 9 if you count the table that is next to my desk that I also use for... It's meant to be for art, but it also is a bit of a storage dump area as well. It's part of the reason my desk is always so cluttered, because it's like space to dump all this stuff. And then 10 if you count my rolly cart, because that's mint. And none of my shelving's mint. Everything else is different colours. Because it's just whatever I found. And it works. And that's the main thing. I like the idea of doing like a bright red over here, but maybe just like the drawers and the cupboard, and then maybe doing a different colour on top and for the frame around. It almost feels like, I think it's IKEA, where you buy like the tabletop and then you put some drawer sets underneath. Like this feels different to this, because this has got like your wood paneling and like, but this is like pull out drawers. think that's where my brain is struggling, is it feels like these are two different objects and then this has just been placed on top. Which is kind of making me want to do this dark brown and then maybe these both red, like he painted these. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Perfection. Just grabbing a couple of open stock ones and just grabbing some blues for backgrounds. Because there's a lot of beautiful blue colours. A lot of beautiful blue colours. Oh, my eyes are actually hurting a bit. You know what? We might need to call it here today because I'm heading into that I can't actually focus on anything mode. And I'm actually thinking it's nap time, and we are just about to hit 1 o'clock, so we have been going for nearly 4 hours, and I think my brain is just at that point of it's done. I'm just staring at this like I can't visualize anything, which is usually a good sign that we're just about done. So yeah, self-care calls, exactly. I mean, we did get a bit done today because we got all the basing, apart from that collar that I've just realised I've forgotten. But we did get all our basing finished on Eriy, so I can pull out the pencils and then figure out what I'm doing for the background. So that one's all done. And we got a little bit more done on Eriy Mouse, which is also fantastic as well. So it's a bit of progress, you know? Yeah, and then I've got my other one that I'm working on as well, for those that haven't seen my rainbow bunny page, which is all being done in pencils. So I'll probably carry on with something of those after work tonight, but for now I think it's going to be a bit of a nap, a bit of a rest, some painkillers, and just some chill times, and get my head to stop throbbing a little bit. But make sure you take care of yourself. I don't think I can still... No, it won't let me bring up the buttons. Alright, we'll just end it there. We will be back on Friday, in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days. We will be back in 3 days for the final stream of the month, so it'll be whatever work in progresses I have left. I have no idea what we're doing, but we'll be just trying to make sure we finish off those last couple of pages. Keep an eye out for tonight. I might even go and release it early for the final part of the complete collection tour. In fact, I might go and release it after stream. It is colouring heaven. It is 2 hours of content, so if you need some background noise, it'll be a perfect background noise for you. Otherwise, make sure you take care of yourself, enjoy your colouring or whatever creative endeavours you're up to at the moment, and you know, all the good stuff. And yeah, I will see you on Friday, hopefully. Take care of yourself. Bye.